This video corresponds with homework 7-3. It is the day of logs. Today we learned about how to switch logs from exponential form to logarithmic form, and then we're going to be getting into solving log equations. So here we go. Take a look at example 1. This is page 2. You see that it says 4e to the x equals 17. Now remember, e is the base of the natural log. So eventually we're going to rewrite this in log form, and you're going to see that ln is the natural log, and we're going to actually use log base e. Okay, so keep that in mind, okay? Now, of course, with any multiple choice question, you could sit there and plug in the choices. And I do want to encourage this with multiple choice as a strategy to solve. So for example, choice 1, I could plug in 4 second division sign e to the choice 1, negative 1.45, and see if I get 17, which I don't. And I could really go through this here and do the next one, negative 0.63. See if I get 17. I don't. Go to the next one. I'm using the last button just to hit up and select the last entry to make my life easier. And I'm thinking it's going to be choice 4 for e to the 1.45. Okay, so it looks like it's choice 4. Now let's actually talk about how to do this using math. So the first thing you want to do is isolate the base. In this case, the base is e. So step 1, isolate the base if you can, as much as you can. So how am I going to do that? I'm going to get rid of this 4. So the 4 is connected by multiplication. I'm going to do the opposite, which is division. That is the inverse operation. So I'm going to get 17 over 4. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to a log. So today we learned about changing things to logs. We learned it's going to be log, and then there's going to be keep the base, and then the answer and the exponent are basically going to switch. So remember, the base in this case is base e, and then the answer that we got goes here, and the exponent goes here. So we're going to keep base e, and then these two values, the x and the 17 over 4, are going to switch places. So this is going to be 17 over 4, and this is going to be equals x. Now I want to solve this out. I have log base e. I'm going to change that to what we have over here. We said log base e is the natural log. So instead of leaving it the way it is, I can rewrite this as log base e, which is ln, 17 over 4, and I'm going to get my answer. Okay, so let's do it now. I'm going to show you two methods. Method 1, press ln. ln is located on the left-hand side on next to the 4. Press ln, 17 over 4, and then close parentheses, and you get your answer 1.44, which we said was choice 4, 1.45, sorry. Option 2, we could put in log base e, just like it is in this setting here. Log base e looks a little awkward, but it works. Press math up. Letter A is log base. Put in the base e, which is second division sign, over, and then 17 over 4. You're going to get the same answer, 1.45. All right, so first thing that we did was we isolated the base to get that 4 on the other side. And then the second thing we did was we rewrite the equation as a log. And that's what we learned how to do today in class, okay? And make a note to self, we did keep the base and switch the other two. Switch. Okay. All right, let's go to the next one. Number 2. How am I going to isolate this base? Well, the base is the 2 to the x. So I want to get rid of that plus 3. I'm going to do the opposite operation, or inverse operation, by subtracting 3. So I'm going to get 2 to the x equals 9. Now I want to solve this out. So you see my steps actually are written here. Step 1 is isolate, which I did. Now I'm going to convert from exponential form to log form. So I'm going to write log, and I want you to think about what's going to happen here before I say it. Okay, so you're going to keep the base, and then these two things are going to switch, this and this. This is going to become AE, okay? Keep the base, so base 2 goes here, and then it's going to become 2 to what power equals 9. And the answer is going to be 2 to the x power equals 9. Okay, so that x and that 9 switch spots. And basically, now we're basically asking ourselves 2 to what power equals 9? 2 to what power equals 9? And you know it's going to be a decimal. So let's put it in the calculator. So we're going to press math, up, A, log base, put in your base 2, put in the 9, and hit enter. And you're going to get 3 point whatever. And it says to the nearest hundredth. So that's 2 decimal places, 3.17. So I'm hoping you guessed that the number was between 3 and 4 because 2 to the third equals 8 and 2 to the fourth equals 16. So it's going to be closer to 3, and it was. Now I do want to remind you guys that we did do a y1, y2 scenario when we were solving this before we knew logs. So another thing we could do if we did not have the ability to do this algebraically is put this in y1, put this in y2, and look for the intersection, which is what we just did on our last quiz. So if we went to y1, we would type in 2 to the x plus 3. And then in y2, we would put in 12. And then we would press the window and make sure your y maximum is bigger than 12. So make it like 20 and hit graph, and you're going to see they intersect. And then you do second trace, 5, intersection, scroll over to the intersection. When you get close, hit enter 3 times. You're going to get the same answer, 3.17. All right? Okay, so I now want you to try these two. Remember, first step is going to be isolate the base if you can, and then you change it to a log. Thank you.